Raise under the gun to 1,500. Prahlad Friedman. 10-9 suited. Re-raises to 4,000.
Suited connectors versus suited connectors.
Uh-oh, kings for Daniel.
Let's see how he plays it.
Here comes Daniel.
Just called.
Cheap enough. What the hell? A little snap, snap.
Donnie's in two.
Here comes Daniel.
I'm pretty surprised to see Daniel overcall the flop against two players. He's in position, but even still with a big pair, you want to isolate.
So 3 to the flop. 6, 8, 9, 2 clubs.
Donnie's flopped the World's Fair. He's got overs, he's open-ended, and a flush draw.
And he checks to Friedman.
Prahlad's got top pair and a gut shot. Daniel does have the best hand, but the stats say it's not likely to stay that way.
Friedman bets 7,000.
Let's see if Daniel's still confident he has the best hand.
He just calls.
Again, this is a pretty odd call from Daniel since this board is sopping wet. Maybe he's already in cheap showdown mode. With two players still in the hand, Dani's going to want to get some more money in while he's still got a lot of equity. The question is how much?
There's a raise to 32,000.
This is almost like a post-flop squeeze because not only does Prahlad have to worry about Dani, he's got to worry about Daniel left to act behind him too. This move has got to look awfully strong to Prahlad. Dani's just check-raised two people, which makes the strength of the move that much stronger. Prahlad's got a pair and a gut shot, though he may be wise to the fact that clubs could be dead to him. Meanwhile, Daniel could be wondering what he's let happen to his kings.
Fold.
I had you. I should have re-raised you before the flop. You got it.
Technically, you still had him.
She didn't have your favorite hand.
I had king.
That's right, Dani. He had kings. How do you feel about yourself now?
But right now, Phil Hellmuth is the one wearing the crown at this table. He is up 66,000. Eugene Katchalov is holding strong. Meanwhile, Joe, our loose cannon, Andre continues to slide the wrong direction.
Andre's in trouble. His passive play has caused him to slowly bleed away chips.
If Andre doesn't turn a profit, he's going to walk away empty-handed. Once again, he's Joe Stapleton. I'm Chris Rose. And, Joe, it's that time again. We're about halfway through the session, so let's take a look at our table stats.
The first thing I always look at is VPIP, and I'm shocked that Phil Hellmuth leads the table playing 46% of the hands, followed by Eugene Katchalov playing 45%. Our loose cannon Andre is next, playing 41% of hands, but he's playing those hands extremely passively.
Hellmuth is playing a lot of hands, and he seems to be really bullying this table. I did just say Phil Hellmuth. Who is this guy?
I'm sure the rest of the table would like to know. We heard about Hellmuth's new motto a few weeks ago, Positive Exercise Moment Meditation, or PEM. I guess he's got a new, more aggressive strategy these days, too. Let's take a closer look at some of the stats. Our sample size is small, of course, but so far in this session, Hellmuth has been taking the lead quite a bit, and it's been paying off. He leads the table in both free betting and attempt to steal percentages, and he's second in pre-flop raising and aggression factor. He's our biggest winner at the moment, up 66K.
All right, Joe, what about the three young guns at this table? Who has caught your eye?
Actually, Chris, it's the youngin' who's losing the most who really impresses me. Dani Stern has been playing very aggressively, but running terribly. Let's take a look at some of the key stats. We just saw that Dani is playing 30% of hands, and he's raising 24% of the time. That means that when he's in there, he's usually the pre-flop raiser. After the flop, he's not slowing down. His aggression factor is 5 times higher than anybody else at the table, and he's check-raising almost twice as much as any other player. If the cards start falling his way, I expect him to drag some huge pots.
All right, Joe, let's focus on our loose cannon, Andre. He's having a tough time out there. If you could pinpoint his biggest problem, what would it be?
He's simply playing far too passively. Let's take a look at our table's pre-flop raising percentages. Most of the table is raising about a quarter of the time, but Andre's raising less than 3% of his hands pre-flop. Poker's a pretty tough game when you're never the aggressor. Andre, you're a former race car driver. Please, for the love of God, hammer on that clutch and change gears.
Action begins with Eugene Katchalov. He caught a pocket pair.
And a straight draw.
And raises to 1,500. King-queen offsuit for Daniel.
Before the flop?
Calls.
Maybe.
Suited connectors for Phil.
I can't just call here. How much can I make it?
Cap would be, pot would be 7,200.
Just calls.
Can't just call.
I can't just call. I think it was a horrible just call.
Not sure what kind of mind games Phil's playing, but it's absolutely the kind of hand you can just call with.
Dani Stern's out. Prahlad Friedman.
With all this just calling, Prahlad probably can't fold this, but he's out of position, so we're not too likely to see a re-raise.
There's the call. So 4 to the flop.
No one's a huge favorite headed into this flop.
7-9-9. Stern would have flopped the full house.
Oh, look, and he's holding back vomit.
Friedman checks. Katchalov checks.
Katchalov checks the best hand.
Did you do anything, Daniel? No, not yet.
Now he did. Bets 4,000.
Phil's got a gut shot, but it's to the low end.
Phil folds. So does Friedman. So does Katchalov.
This was a great just call.
I probably should have re-raised. I was thinking about it.
Before this hand?
Yes. Now, especially knowing what the flop was, I should
Played
have
so
re-raised.
bad that hand. I was re-raising Eugene, but I don't know what you getting in there changed.
Changed everything. You know, I had the.
I don't know.
So you just saw me slow play kings. You think maybe a hoo ha ha.
Will the mind games continue at the big game? We will find out right after this. Welcome back to Las Vegas. Alongside Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Rose. The loose cannon was staked $100,000 and has lost most of it. Now into something Andre Capella actually found. A little gold nugget he mined on his very own.
Actually got over an ounce of gold by just picking it out. I used to use a glass bread pan to look under the water with. I decided that, boy, this is serious business. There's really enough gold here to go after it. So I actually took a geology course to find out more about it, where it came from and why it was there, and then really got into it. This is a gold nugget that I have that I put on my cards when I play, hoping it may draw a little gold. And maybe it won't, and maybe it will. But anyway, it's a very nice nugget, worth about probably $800-900 in gold value, and probably a couple thousand in just nugget value, because there are very few nuggets, especially nice shaped ones. There's the old saying out there that if you want to become a poker player and you want to go be a gold miner, get rich first.
Well, Andre's a long way from rich tonight, but 3 or 4 double ups and he's right back in this.
The 76-year-old is stuck over 78 grand so far. Action on Daniel. King-queen suited.
No, not. I'm learning though. I'm learning from the crazy internet kid. So what happens then? Then I don't
know. It's a clash of two worlds.
Daniel raises to 1,200.
I'm melding the two and trying to.
Now this hand's a good call.
Yes, excellent.
I don't know if Phil's lying or if he genuinely believes that.
Jack 10 offsuit for the loose cannon who calls. Ace 5 for Dani Stern. He's out. Friedman, pocket 4s. Calls. Katchalov, queen 7.
This isn't a great hand, especially out of position, but he's getting a good price, and the loose cannon is in the hand and ready to ship.
So Eugene does make the call. A near family pot.
We've got 4 players who all want to capitalize on that loose cannon short stack.
7-7-9, Katchalov flops trips. Goes check, 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 check over to the cannon.
Looks like Andre's considering semi-bluffing his gut shot.
Okay.
He checks. 8 of diamonds on the turn.
Bink. Andre makes his straight.
Friedman checks.
Eugene's hoping someone's now got enough of a piece of this that he can start to build a pot.
Katchalov fires 3,600. Daniel
You'd only lose
folds.
against like the really
Phil's
great
out.
That was less than 1.
All right, Andre, this is crucial. If you think you have the best hand, raise.
3 more.
How's a min raise?
36 more.
Guess it still counts.
I always ask these
Friedman folds.
Can I see how much you have? Can you just look at me? Thank you.
If Andre had shoved, Eugene probably would have snap called. A min raise looks stronger, and while I don't think there's any way Eugene can fold, this weak raise does give him a little slack to get away from it. But as it stands, I don't really see that happening with a hand as strong as 3 sevens and Andre's short stack.
Katchalov raises to 33,000.
That's probably all I got, right?
The cannon's all in with the best of it.
What's going on here?
What do you got? 3 sevens?
What do we got, Andre?
Jack 10.
Straight! That's what I'm talking about. He can handle it. He's rich. Don't worry about it. Nobody feels bad for him whatsoever. No one in America.
Doesn't even look like Eugene feels bad for Eugene. Andre just needs to dodge a queen, a